Hey guys, it's Himini. So today's going to be a little bit different of a video. You're going to get a behind the scenes look at my morning routine, how I plan for stocks, and how I find hot stocks before the market open. Let's get into it. So after all that planning, which was realistically 8 to 10 minutes, I sped it up for you guys so you don't get bored. But throughout that whole planning process, this is the only stock I found that caught my eye and sort of gave me the idea that I might need to watch this today. This stock is not perfect whatsoever, but it is the most perfect setup that I've seen out of these non-perfect setups today. As you saw by that sped up video, I went through all the top percent gainers. I went through Tim Sykes' watch list. I went through Stephen Dux's watch list. And I tried to find what plays are sort of fitting my setups. MBRX, it's not really fitting my setup, but it does have some potential to fit a setup that I look for. So what that setup is a bounce short, which is also a short into resistance. But you have these two volume days, these heavy volume resistance days, and they're really far from the current price. That's why this is not ideal, because the lowest I would short this is in the high twos, and right now it's at 1. So it needs a really big spike to get up to this mid 2 to high 2 area. And depending on if it's struggling in the 250 area, there you can consider taking a short. But initially, your plan is to risk the high of this day, which is 334. So as you see here, MBRX on back burner for potential short into 334 area. 33 million volume day, could have trouble getting there though. So I'm looking at it because you see the volume here is roughly 33 million volume, and it topped at 334. So right now, while it's at 1, you really don't know what the key levels are going to be throughout this day. Like, is it going to be 2.5 or is it going to have trouble at 2.9? You're really not sure. That's why the plan is to risk the higher range first, and depending on price action, that's where you adjust the plan. So what my morning routine consists of is first waking up. And how do I do that? How do I wake up early? Is before I go to sleep, I open Stephen Dux's profit chart or any other profitable trader's profit chart, and I leave it up on the screen, so that when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I see. That's my motivation to get up, and that's the motivation to get after it, as Tim Bowen would say. So get after it. So all this getting after it, but how do you balance it with life? Now that's a real struggle in this game, because many people don't take it seriously, and they think that you don't need as much time as you would on a regular job, but you need more time, and that's the reality. So in order to balance it with life, is the people that understand you most, you need to get them to understand that, hey, I need to put time into this or I'm not going to be successful. That's the first step. Second, wake up early. You got to wake up early. Wake up before the enemy. You know, not necessarily, you don't really have to wake up before the enemy per se, but waking up earlier. As Tim Bowen said yesterday in a StocksToTrade live video on YouTube, he said that when you're up that early, you're part of that group that wants it the most. Not many people are up that early unless they're in a different time zone. I'm in the Eastern time, so it's the same New York time zone as the regular market hours. So sometimes waking up 4:30 and 5 a.m., it might be very difficult, and you just got to really push through that, and that's how you make time for this. That's how you balance it with life. And sometimes you might get burned out, but then you just take that as a sign that, hey, maybe I should take it a little bit easier on myself and sort of find that balance between it. How I find the best stocks. I find the stocks on the top percent gainers. Tim Sykes finds the stocks on the top percent gainers. Stephen Dux finds the stocks on the top percent gainers. So all the stocks that are on the top percent gainers are the ones to really, it's sort of narrowing it down for you. It's giving you that 10 to 20 stocks, and you need to pick and choose throughout them which stock is your best bet. So today, MBRX is the only one I saw that has a decent resistance level to short into. And I checked through the top gainers, I checked through 2 people's watch lists, and somehow I only got 1 play. That's how it is. You don't need action all the time. You need to focus your niche, find what works for you, and wait for that setup to happen again and again. When it does, you take it. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and you can even leave any questions you like in the comments. I'll answer them to my best of my ability. And I love your questions. I love your input. So please keep it in mind that I use that to better my next videos and create the best content for you. Thank you.